I've always wanted to help the next generation.
We know ourselves best, we know how to care for ourselves best, and we all have a lot to learn from one another.
I didn't have good experiences with social workers. I didn't have good experiences with foster parents. I just thought to myself, how can I make a difference, or how can I just show somebody that things are gonna be okay? Because I feel like as Indigenous people, people tell us all the time that we're gonna be okay and that we can get through stuff, but no one is really there to model it.
I worked with social workers growing up. At the time, it wasn't culturally safe, I would say. So once I finished school, I knew I wanted to work in a good way, and I wanted to work as a Métis person.
We break the barriers for people to access the things that they need to get to where they want to go in life. The thing that I am most proud of in my work is making the connection with the families.
Being able to send people back to their nation, seeing their family, helping them get into treatment programs or school or getting their license, like just kind of the little things really mean a lot.
We go from home visits, we meet the families in community, we can go from the schools for visits, as well as we've been to court to support them, but it's really wherever they need us.
I work with youth who are more low to moderate risk, who also are really interested in culture. If I could just model to one youth what it's like to face adversity and change my life around, the youth will see that, and that's the change.
Many youth don't know what their history is. My role is to try and help them to understand who they are and where they came from. Once they make a difference in their own lives, that'll impact their families in the future.
Having Kikagilk, having elders living alongside them, it ends up being a community, and culture can be safety for kids.
I now have that kind of support by people who genuinely actually care about my well-being. I'm getting all these teachings that I never had.
We need those Indigenous youth in these fields because they're what's going to change things for us in the future.
We've been involved with our community, and it's played a huge role in how we were able to get the support and also offer the support to all these youth who are, struggling in care to get the help they needed.
Everyone wants to hear our voice, which actually gives us strength. I've learned all this stuff that I'm now teaching the younger youth that are coming up, and I'm like, that's actually exciting for me because it's like I'm giving back.
They bring their own knowledge and experience to that job so they can kind of relate more and make it feel more safe for anyone that they're working with.
I love to share and uplift other youth who also might feel like they don't fit into certain places and let them know that they do belong.
Working alongside Indigenous colleagues is amazing. You get to learn from them, you get to learn about their own culture and bring that way of being into your work.
I think that's part of the joy of working there, is that we get to show up as people, we get to show up as Indigenous people.
I have so much support in this building alone to help me through the things that I don't know or the things that I have to figure out. You might think that the community surrounding you is this big, but it's this big.
Just working with people that support the Indigenous children families. It's like they're going in a good direction.
What they're trying to do obviously is have more nations be in charge of their child welfare. So being a part of that would be pretty cool too, and moving that forward as well. So I definitely want to go back to school, finding another position where I can kind of have more impact in my career. This kind of event, it just obviously you can see how it's going to shape the future, and it's really cool to see that there's the nations gathering together, meeting with government to kind of figure out how they can take these next steps, move forward. Maybe I can be a part of that someday.
Follow your passions. There's a lot of people who want to see the type of success happen for younger folks, and that means that the opportunity is there, and you just have to reach out and grab it. Being a part of that systemic structural change, it's going to require more and more of our people to be in positions to support that work, but also to lead it.
You can pursue a career in this field that is positive in a way that fulfills you and makes a difference.
What really motivates me to do this kind of work and trying to put together this recruitment video is the idea of hope, the idea of change. And as overwhelming as it can be, as it will be, It's just common to know that it's happening.